Now, Barry Gibb has received his knighthood for services to music and charity. The Bee Gees singer was at Buckingham Palace this morning where he received his gong from Prince Charles. The singer said he wished his brothers had been there to share the moment with him.
When I first found out, I nearly fell over and didn't believe it at all. So I actually asked the gentleman from the cabinet, I said, is this actually true? And he said, well, it's not a wind-up. You know, so I thought, well, I guess it isn't. So I spent the rest of that day laughing on the bed. I just couldn't believe it, and I sort of wish my brothers could have shared it with me, because I know for a fact that if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't happen at all to me. So I'm very proud.
So Barry Gibb joins an illustrious list of legendary British musicians who've been knighted, from Mick Jagger to Elton John to Rod Stewart. But are all those rock stars truly deserving of the honour? Well, joining me to discuss this, honours expert Mark Llewellyn-Slade. Good to talk to you, Mark. What is the point of honouring rock stars?
Well, I think Barry definitely deserves his knighthood, if I'm honest. There's two types of people that tend to get honours. Firstly, selfless giving people, so community and charity workers, philanthropists and the like. And secondly, those who are considered to be leaders in their field. So they might be eminent surgeons, academics, entrepreneurs, actors, and of course pop stars like Barry. But let's remember that the honours system primarily exists to highlight and reward ordinary people. So it's more about Bert in Bristol and Mavis in Macclesfield than gifted Gibb the rocker. But of course it's Mr. Gibb that steals the show and gets all the coverage.
I mean, that isn't what, you know, I'm being cynical here, and I'm a big Bee Gees fan, so I don't want everyone to email me in, you know, complaining that I'm having a go at the lovely Barry Gibb. But is it the case that it's just because they've stayed alive, as it were? They are, you know, they were big in the 60s, they are this great figure. Why do they not honour when they're at their peak? Why, you know, why weren't Blur or Oasis honoured, or, you know, some of the bands in the 70s at the time? Why do we have to wait until they are in their later years before we confer this upon them?
Well, let's put it into perspective. This guy has sold, I believe, 220 million records. He's done a great deal to put the UK music industry on the global map, and he deserves the recognition. Now, you have to achieve over a sustained period of time in order to get an honour, especially a knighthood, the top honour. So it's not something that happens after a year or two of doing something good. So he has shown that he's a stayer, he deserves to be at the top. And let's not forget, he's written records for the likes of Diana Ross and Barbara Streisand as well, selling 220 million records himself. So a true leader in his field.
And what of this knighthood? What extra rights are conferred upon him, apart from obviously the name, the title?
Well, he will be known as Sir Barry from now on. And of course, an honour will raise his profile further. It will enhance his reputation. It will instill trust, of course, that vital ingredient for success in all walks of life. It's a life-changing achievement for most people, and I know he is so excited about it just listening to your VT just now. He's a humble man, and he's very, very excited. He had a CBE already. I think he got that back in 2002, so that's one below the top. So clearly getting a CBE acted as a carrot and spurred him on to do even greater things, because he does a lot for charity as well. He's not just a brilliant musician.
Well, that was what I was going to say, because it is very often, isn't it, the case that they are somebody who's in the public eye because we know their name, but it's the other stuff that they've been doing behind the scenes that leads to them being nominated in a lot of records, can they?
No. Most people who particularly get a knighthood or a damehood are giving back in some way, whether it's through charity work, hands-on charity type work, whether it's through philanthropy or mentoring. They're all helping people and giving back in some way. And Barry's no exception to that, and he's been doing it for a long, long time.